This Subaru Impreza is worth $300,000. Now, we've seen a lot of cars go for absurd amounts of money recently.
$350,000. $720,000.
What? But this is the one that might actually be worth all of that money.
Today, we're gonna drive this 25-year-old Subaru and figure out why people are paying nearly $500,000 for these. I'm James, he's Justin. Welcome to Donut.
Discover a whole new way to capture car videos with the X3 camera from today's sponsor, Insta360. Experience it for yourself by clicking the special link below. If you buy a camera, Insta360 will send you a free accessory. You can choose between sticky lens protectors or an invisible selfie stick. Both of them are great. Get one today. Oh boy, look at that thing. Very iconic looking. Why aren't more Subarus two-doors?
There's not a lot of two-door anything anymore.
Everything's four doors now.
It's because everyone's having babies. They say millennials aren't having babies. Well, if that's true, why aren't there any two-door cars anymore? So a couple of months ago, I asked Justin what his absolute dream car to drive would be, and he picked this. It's pretty good, but I was like, you know Koenigsegg exists, right? He was like, nah, dude, 22B.
All right, look, what people don't understand is this is the holy grail of all Subarus. They have never made anything else up to this point that's this good. First there was an Impreza, then there was a 2.5 RS, which was better than the Impreza, but then they came out with the WRX, then the STI, but then they did the 22B to celebrate all of their victories and their 40th anniversary during rally.
But it's still just a 25-year-old Subaru for $300,000. I mean, can it really be that good?
One of the most iconic things about Subaru's performance interiors is there's always Subaru blue on the inside, no matter what color the rest of the car is. You have a WRX or an STI, you're getting blue inserts on your interior. Another unique thing to the 22B is obviously the 22B badging right here in the interior under the radio. This one is number 392 of 400, which is amazing because you can either have the first one or you get the last one. It also has a water auto spray button and the intercooler water spray button, so you can cool that engine down whenever you're hitting those peak boost numbers.
You just sprayed it.
I did. The grille and the bumper from this car is also borrowed from the rally car, and they're so beautiful and aggressive and unique to this car only on the street. If you know anything about performance Subarus, you know it has to have the big wing, and the 22B is no exception, except this one's manually adjustable. So you can get all that extra downforce when you're off the road or on the track. If it's a rally Subaru, then you know it has to have gold wheels, and this one is no exception, except someone has modified this one, and it still has gold wheels, but it's not the stock 17-inch gold wheels with the red brakes. This one is gold with yellow brakes. The other goofy thing about Imprezas back in the day is they had a giant chrome logo right here. 22B got rid of that and had a 22B badge. Unfortunately, this one's been shaved. Another key feature that the 22B inspired for the rest of the STIs after it has this center diff dial right here in the center console, which on the lowest setting has 62% of the all-wheel drive power going to the rear, but at full lock, it's 50-50. Is there a passenger airbag? No, you get a second glove box, so you can bounce your face right off of it. Apart from that, it's pretty much an Impreza on the inside, which isn't saying much for something that's gonna cost you $300,000. But you're not buying this for the interior.
I like this. I like this a lot.
And this car may look similar to a normal Subaru Impreza, but Subaru changed everything underneath of it when they were developing it. They took out that 1.8 liter and went straight to a 2.2 liter turbo, making a stated 276 horsepower.
Yeah, right.
It has wider tires and a suspension by Bilstein to make sure all of that power hits the ground no matter what surface you're on.
And that is a very impressive list of parts, but $300,000 price tag. I mean, you can buy a lot of car for $300,000. What else goes into that price?
Well, this isn't just a car. It's not just a trim. It's a trophy.
There were 422 22Bs ever built, and all of those were based on the lightweight Impreza Type R chassis. Now, each of those cars were hand-selected from the production line to become the ultimate Subaru Impreza ever. Every car was fitted with the iconic wide fenders, very similar to the ones on the WRC rally car, and the bespoke EJ22G engine.
The EJ22G is a very special motor. The cylinder walls were bored out from 92 millimeters to 96.9 millimeters. Nice. That required a closed deck engine block, which means less cooling and more weight, but you get much stronger cylinder walls that way. The high flow heads on this engine came from the STI's EJ20K motor, which held more boost, which means it could have an official power rating of 276 horsepower.
A 276 horsepower figure is a lie. See, this car was made when Japanese manufacturers had a little thing called the gentleman's agreement. Basically, there were a lot of fatalities on Japanese roads, so all of the major car companies got together and they were like, let's not make any cars with more than 276 horsepower. And then they immediately made cars with way more than 276 horsepower, and this is one of them. Sources claim that these things came with anywhere from 300 to 380 horsepower stock. When Subaru entered motorsport in the 1980s, they figured that the loose surfaces and brutal terrains of rallying would be a great showcase for their all-wheel drive systems, but they were not met with immediate success. Subaru needed a competitive chassis, and in 1993, they got one with the Impreza. It was shorter, it was lighter, it was more agile than the legacy that preceded it. It was a great race car, and every great race car needs a great race car driver, and that is where Colin McRae comes in.
Colin McRae was the son of five-time British rally champion Jimmy McRae, so naturally, he had rally racing in his blood.
Colin became a fan favorite for his wide open, all-out driving style. He was known for two things: crashing and winning races.
Quickly, Colin McRae's driving style got the nickname Maximum Attack. If he couldn't win, he went out with a bang.
Now, in 1995, the stars aligned, and Colin McRae won his first WRC title, and Subaru took home the manufacturer's title. Then in 1996 and 1997, they won again. So 1998 was a year of celebration for Subaru. Not only had they won 3 manufacturer's titles in a row, it was also their 40th anniversary. And to celebrate, they built this, the 22B, a trophy for the ultimate Subaru fan.
With just 400 22Bs made for the Japanese market, the 22B also broke records by being the first car ever sold online.
All 400 sold out in like 30 minutes. It's like a pair of Jordans. You got your GOAT athlete, and you got your highly collectible thing you used. One of 400 trophies to hang in your trophy case, i.e. your garage, which is what rich guys call their trophy cases. Unless they compete in some sort of sport, then they have trophy cases or rooms full of trophy cases. Trophy rooms. This is one of the best cars I've ever driven.
It's everything everyone wants out of the car they modify.
And it feels like what you imagine a car to be like when you're a kid. And it looks like what you want a car to look like when you're a kid.
Exactly.
I mean, the throttle response is there. It is bored out to 2.2 liters. That helps the low end torque quite a bit, and you can definitely feel it. But to me, the most surprising and stark difference in this car is how tight the steering is. It's very rare to have a steering wheel affect the direction that the car is pointed that much with that little input. This is like one of the first imports that I was like, ooh, maybe I don't like what my dad likes. The dash position in this thing is phenomenal. It's at like my waist.
And that's the beauty of boxer engines. That's why Subaru sticks to them, because all of the weight goes down.
All I see is road, and I have that huge air scoop to remind me where the car is.
This is more than this a trend. This is a company celebrating its success by making something iconic. Think of Toyota and the LFA, but they hadn't won anything. They just wanted to celebrate technology. This is you, we win.
We see it so often with special edition cars. It's like a trim level, spoiler package, maybe some interior stuff. But this is a completely different car.
Yep.
It has huge fenders. It has an entirely different engine from the block.
Yep.
And they only made 400 of them. They developed all that stuff for 400 cars.
Truly
that is absurd. That would never ever happen today. I think people will see the title of this video and they're gonna be like, $300,000 for an STI? That is bonkers. But it's really not.
The real draw to buying a 22B was the fact that you got to feel all the things Colin McRae felt when he took Subaru to all those victories.
Subaru did continue to compete in WRC after Colin left the team in 1999, but they could never repeat that same success. They never won another manufacturer's title, and eventually they dropped out of the sport entirely after the 2008 season.
Colin also continued to compete in WRC, first with Ford and then with Citroën. But just like with Subaru, he also could not claim a championship himself and left the sport entirely in 2003.
There was one last glimmer of hope in 2007 when they announced that Colin McRae was going to return to Subaru. The boys were getting back together. Could they remake that same magic that they had in the 90s? Can we see another three-peat? Unfortunately, we never got to find out because right before the first testing sessions were scheduled to happen, Colin McRae tragically lost his life in a helicopter accident.
Because of its technology, racing history, and rarity, all's 22B prices have skyrocketed in recent years, just like everything else from the 90s. One recently sold for $312,000 on Bring a Trailer, but another one was recently posted for $370,000. Possibly one of the most special 22Bs ever put up for sale is a prototype model, one of 3 produced, and it's also owned by Colin McRae himself. The plate right here, inside of that car, says 000 of 400. It's not even number 1. It's the original.
And the owner is predicting that it's gonna sell for about $650,000, but I think that is pretty conservative.
This thing definitely has the opportunity to be the most expensive Subaru ever sold, and we're thinking it'll be about $1 million.
Yeah, I would not be surprised at all if this Subaru sold for $1 million. Saturday, August 5th, me and the rest of the boys are gonna be at the Del Amo Fashion Center from 3 to 5 p.m. That is the mall. We're gonna be meeting you guys, giving daps, and celebrating our brand new partnership with Zoomies.
For the past 5 years, we've been hard at work making clothes. And thanks to the support of our awesome community, you guys, as of August 5th, Donut apparel and accessories is gonna be available in every Zoomies in America and Canada.
This is a rare opportunity to meet all 5 of us. We're gonna sign everything that says Donut. There's gonna be racing sims, event exclusive posters and stickers, freebies, and more. We used to make videos sitting on a stool in the middle of a hallway, and now we're gonna be in every mall in America and Canada. Come celebrate with us. Give us a dap. Del Amo Fashion Center in Torrance, California from 3 to 5 p.m. August 5th, Saturday. Let's do it, dude. It's a big freaking deal. We're stoked. See you there. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and everything else on Donut. Driving cars like this really is a childhood dream for us, and because of your guys' support, we get to do it. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. We upload multiple times a week. If you like my shirt or Justin's shirt or my hat, go to donutmedia.com or any Zoomies in North America and pick up some Donut apparel and accessories. Big shouts to Kaiser Cars, a really huge, great friend of the channel, for loaning us this car and a million cars to keep making these videos. You guys are the best. Follow them on Instagram at Kaiser Cars. Thanks again, guys. This is really a great day at work. I love you.